right, here we go. Salute to Knicks Nation on this Sunday evening. Game 4 is in the books, and you're getting the victory music because on this day, on this matinee, the Knicks fans wanted an encore, and RJ Barrett said, do you want more? 26 points for Broadway Barrett to set the tone for these Knicks. And, oh, man, what a night at MSG, man. You got Josh Hart with the start, 19 points for Hart. And when the Cavs were making their run, it was Captain Clutch Jalen Brunson once again in the fourth quarter, leading the way with 29 points. Knicks win 102-93, now taking a 3-1 series lead. Let's go. MSG was once again rocking, and the Cavs are facing elimination. Knicks Nation, this is KFTV postgame live. CP the Fanchise, JD Sports Talk on the ones and twos. The Stratocaster Alex Rotaros is on his way. Man, oh man, JD, talk to me, bro.
Let's go.
Talk to me.
Oh man,
Let's go.
Woo, man. This team is unbelievable. CP, another challenge ahead of them, and they answered the bell again.
Yeah.
Can you believe it, CP? Can you believe this?
Honestly, I was curious to see a couple things, right? Because it's a matinee game. How would their energy be? You know, will they come out with the same intensity, with the same ferocity? Would the Cavs up their intensity? Right? JB Bickerstaff said he responded to Mitch, he ain't no snitch. He said, listen, we're not shook. We're not worried about that crowd. So I thought the Cavs were going to up their intensity a little bit. But when this game started, hey, Knicks picked up right where they left off, and it was number 9 RJ Barrett, bro. I put up a poll on KnicksFanTV social media, on Twitter, on Instagram, and on YouTube. And I was asking the fans, which jersey should I rock today? Should I rock the Ewing 33 home white, or should I rock the number 9 Broadway Barrett? And a lot of people, it was very mixed. It was very mixed. But a lot of people said, CP, you got to go with RJ. He had a great night Friday night. Put some positive juju in the air. He's the future. It's a new era. So I said, let's go with it. We going with the number 9. They try to tell me I was a curse. Every time CP goes to the games, we lose. Well, we got back-to-back wins. Game 3, game 4. RJ did the damn thing once again. And, you know, the point that you made after game 3, which was right on the money, was the way in which RJ was attacking the basket. And it's something that Thibs also called him out on late in this season in his press conference. And he was saying, look, with RJ, keep it simple. Play your game. Don't do none of this fade away and all this moving away from the basket when you're attacking. Attack, go with ferocity, and maybe you draw some contact, or maybe good things will happen and you finish. And RJ did that tonight, man. 26 points, 9 of 18 from the field. We needed him to make some more free throws, but he got to the line with 13 attempts. And once again, I thought his passing was very strong today, even though he only finished with 2 assists, man. Let's talk about RJ's game tonight.
13. Well, first of all, this is how you know things are changing, CP. You're going to the games now. We're winning.
Yeah, it's a new day.
We're winning games.
Yes.
So, you add that on top of all the things that, they're overcoming here. The New York Knicks, 13 free throw attempts for RJ Barrett. And that right there goes to show you the rewards of, as you mentioned, the point that I made about the adjustment that he needed to make and that he did make in the last game. He's going through contact. When you go through contact, yes, for a couple times, you may get an offensive foul called, but more than not, you're going to get the whistle. More than not, you're going to get a good look at the rim. More than not, it's going to be an effective play, and the defense tires out that way. Yeah. You're playing physical basketball. Notice whenever sometimes he dribbles to the basket and he stops and he looks around, that's when he gets a little bit lost there. Mm-hmm. But when he goes through contact, not away from contact, not under it, not, shying away from it, he gets, points and he gets to the free throw line. The adjustment that Tom Thibodeau made, and Tom Thibodeau, man, deserves a lot of credit for this game, CP, is since they've come to the Garden, they're giving RJ a head start to the rim. They're having him come around a pick. They're giving him the ball. When he gets the ball, he already has a step towards the basket.
Right.
So he's already a step ahead of the defense. And by the time he gets his first dribble, he's exploding to the basket. So that is a win when you have a player with physical limitations. He's not the fastest player in the world. He's not the quickest. Yeah. You create actions to get him a head start towards the rim and have the defender trailing. That adjustment has made a big difference. The adjustment of giving him the ball more, having him handle the ball more has made a big difference. And his mindset, he is attacking the rim and he's shooting if he's open. That's it's that simple, but he's doing it consistently. And talk about, him answering at home, man. Like, how hard it is to play in this Garden floor.
Big.
And remember, I've said this is going to be the toughest series. They're up 3-1. But this is the toughest series for this team because this is the first time they're going through a lot of these experiences.
Yeah.
1-1 going to the Garden, a game 3. Pressure. That's an experience. Check. Win 1 in Cleveland, check. Game 3 at the Garden, check. Now you're up 2-1. Are you going to let your guard down? Are you happy to win one game at Madison Square Garden? Are you going to allow, this to go 7 like everyone is saying? Or are you going to be dominant? Are you going to become a great team? Are you going to elevate and you're going to win the second game at the Garden? Check. And now the next check, it might be the most difficult check of all, which is the closeout game. And I have always said, if they can overcome this and they can close the series out, I don't care who they play in the next series. I think they'll be even more prepared to tackle a better team in the next round. So all around, great experience by the team. But RJ, man, in the playoffs, 22 years old, last 2 games. I mean, these are the moments that you start to say a player's putting it together.
Big money Barrett, man. You got to be proud of his effort. It was on the money, watching him foul out Mobley and drawing the emotion of the crowd. He was into this one, man. Friday night, tonight, he was into this one heavy. His energy was there. He was making quick decisions. He was attacking with aggression. I just loved it. I love to see how he was finishing out there and really just setting the tone. It's setting the tone, and it was so key because, again, you didn't have a good game from Julius Randle. You didn't have a good game from Emmanuel Quickly. So who's going to step up? And just like Friday night, it was the same cast of characters tonight. We're starting with RJ. We're talking about him. 26 points, 9 of 18 shooting, 10 points in the fourth quarter when the Cavaliers were trying to make their charge. And you mentioned all these new scenarios that this team is in, and that's exactly right. But I think the reason why they're able to handle each phase goes back to the point guard. Because Jalen Brunson was every bit as sensational as RJ Barrett tonight, both of them leading the way in this home stretch in the playoffs. I mean, Brunson was putting on a footwork masterclass in this game, cooking Darius Garland, Spider Mitchell. It didn't matter who you had on him. Brunson was torching these boys. And when the Cavs were making their run, especially in the third quarter, late second quarter is when the Cavs started to wake up. Third quarter, they did the same thing. They got back into the game and took a lead. But once the fourth quarter started, I said, okay, you're going to get Brunson for the entire fourth. You got 2 days off, 2 days to rest. Brunson's going to play this entire fourth quarter, which he did. And, 8 points for him in that fourth, man. 8 points for him in the fourth. I thought he had another sensational game along with RJ Barrett. And it's just, you can't overstate the importance of his role with this team as the point guard. You can't overstate it. Because as we see now, Julius now with another tough night offensively, where would this team be without Brunson, man? Where would they be without him setting the table? 11 to 22 from the field, 5 of 9 from downtown, still managing to be efficient. I thought even in the first half, defensively, his help defense was really solid, man. You saw a lot of active hands in the paint, a lot of guys swiping down on the ball, Brunson included, man, and getting us out in transition to get easy buckets. He draws the offensive foul in the first half as well. Solid, man. Where would this team be without Brunson setting the table for, man? He was great tonight. Great.
He is stamping himself as a superstar. Yep, I'm saying it. He's stamping himself as a superstar. That's what the playoffs are about. CP, this is another series that Jalen Brunson is better than Donovan Mitchell. I keep hearing, I hate this. Like when they won game one, you hear the people say, Donovan Mitchell's still the best player in the series. When they win game three, Donovan Mitchell's still the best player in the series. Well, y'all need to stop saying that.
That's right.
Y'all need to stop going off these highlights and these season things and reputation. Y'all need to start switching up these rankings.
Yeah.
Y'all need to start realizing, who is who. And y'all need to start realizing that these players that y'all keep saying are better than Brunson, Trae Young, and these, flashy names and stars that are better. None of them.
Please give me a break.
Trae Young, none of them can guard him. None of them can guard him.
No way.
None.
No way, bro.
The Cleveland Cavaliers, JB Bickerstaff, has officially run out of adjustments. That right there is the most dangerous thing for his team. And it's the most telling thing for everyone else to see. They've run out of adjustments on Brunson.
Yeah.
You saw it tonight. They've run everybody to him, guarded him. Today, Darius Garland said in the post game that he wanted to take the challenge now of guarding Jalen Brunson.
And got filleted. Nice try.
And got cooked. They started trapping him. How about Jalen Brunson's passes tonight?
That's right. That's right.
Found Mitch on that alley-oop.
Yep.
Right?
I thought he had a nice skip pass to Quickly. Quickly just missed the three, but that pass was
nice pass to Obi. Like he has, answered to all defensive schemes that have gone against him. And how many times throughout this game you saw clutch shots? It seemed like he made 11 field goals. And to me, it seemed like 7 or 8 of them were like at important parts and important times of the game. Yeah. Like that right there, when, Julius Randle has not shown up yet in the series. RJ started out slow. Grimes at the 2 guard was not giving you production. Like he's the one constant that you rely on. And the rest of the teammates, when you know you have a leader, when it's a pressure game, you're in the locker room, you got the goosebumps, you got the jitters as a young player, you're a little nervous, you can at least look to your right and look at number 11 and say, listen, I just got to do my role. I just got to play my role because I know that guy, he's going to carry us. I know that guy in the fourth quarter, he's going to carry us. Tonight, RJ Barrett, 10 points. He also shot 50% in the fourth quarter.
8 for Brunson in the fourth. 8 points
gave you 8 points, some timely threes. Yeah. And I think he's been a big part, CP, in the other young players slowly starting to get it together. You saw Quickly has started to get it together. RJ has turned around. I think Brunson is a quiet reason why they're giving those young players that confidence. These players, let's keep it real. I know Randle has a little bit of, the ankle stuff, so this and that, but you're playing, there's no excuses. Brunson is masking some areas that still need to improve for this team. Sure. That's how good he is. Sure. And that's what a superstar does. Yeah. What more does he have to do?
True story, man. Takes a ton of pressure off of these guys and covers up a lot of weaknesses, man. You hit it on the head. Daniel, if we have the Brunson audio, let's hear from Brunson after tonight on what this game means for the Knicks in the grand scheme of things, man. 102-93. Let's see if we can get this Brunson audio going.
Jalen and Josh, what's your message to the rest of your teammates in terms of being so close to moving on, but focusing on the task at hand?
Exactly that. It's not over. Not even close to being over. we gotta continue to just keep focusing on one day at a time. And there's nothing to celebrate. There's nothing to be truly happy about. So obviously, we won tonight. We're one step closer, but we gotta continue to have that same mindset mentality, and that we have over the past couple games.
I think.
Okay.
Does that look like a guy that does that look like a leader to you guys?
Does he look rattled? Does he look rattled?
Does that look like a guy that knows the moment, that understands, every step of the way? He says, we're one step closer. We're one step closer. He acknowledged that.
Right.
All right. Let's acknowledge the progress that we've made, but the job's not finished.
Yeah.
And that's the mindset that you have to give a guy like Mitch. Mitch is a little bit, fluffy and this and that. Grimes likes to, have jokes, and these young players like to joke around a little bit and stuff like that. Those are the plays that you have to ground and say, listen, we're up 3-1, but we need to close the game out.
Yeah.
And that's a guy that you have there in Brunson that can lead the mindset. A lot of stuff doesn't show up. That's in the locker room. That's off the court. That right there is what you need to close this out. And that's why I'm confident, CP, that they will.
Absolutely, man. Salute to Knicks Nation. Salute to everybody in the chat, man. Hit that thumbs up button for your boys. 3-1. Knicks are up in this series. Everybody throw a 3 in the chat, man. Throw a 3 in the chat. We are moving and grooving right now. 3-1. The Knicks sending the Cavs back home to think about things and make some much needed adjustments. Mark Price ain't walking through that door. LeBron James ain't walking through that door. Kyrie's long gone. The Cavs need to do some soul searching because these Knicks have them on their heels on the brink of elimination. Let's go. Shout out to all of our channel franchise members, man. Jeffrey Falto, how you feeling? Dwayne Freddie Hubbard, welcome. Salute to Brandon Guest. Welcome to the franchise channel memberships, man. Shout out to Carl Burnett. $10 super chats is at this point. Can you be a Knicks fan without being a KFTV fan? Well said, sir. Hit that thumbs up button for you boys. That was right on the money. Shout out to everybody that we ran into at the Garden, man. It's always KFTV love wherever we at, whatever city that we go to. And it was all the same today, man. We was outside. We had the mosh pit rocking outside 7th Avenue. It was an unbelievable experience, man. So shout out to everybody that came through and showed love. Shout out to Young Kobe, $10 super chat. Says saying JB will be the best free agent signing in Knicks history is an understatement. P.S. Let's cut the 22-year-old RJ some slack. Not every 22-year-old can handle this city and be a professional. Okay. And well, speaking of RJ, man, Daniel, let's hear from RJ in terms of what he heard today from the MSG faithful, man. Let's roll up the RJ Barrett soundbite next. We got RJ.
Yeah, it's been amazing. It's been helping. It's been helping a lot, especially just like when we're, going on those runs. It helps us even more. The crowd, they just help us get back into the game. They really threw a crazy punch there in the third. So, the fans and just, everybody's been helping a lot.
Yeah, he's right, man, because as I said, I didn't like it the way that they closed the first half. The Cavs were starting to get some momentum. They went into a run, third quarter, same thing, and they were able to take the lead. But as RJ said, the crowd, they never got two down. They were always picking them up. We were standing up a lot. We were waving the towels. We were getting them going, man. And shout out to everybody at MSG for keeping it electric. But another story of this game, JD, no Quentin Grimes. Grimes was out with a shoulder contusion. According to our guy, Ian Begley, he had a sling on the shoulder to kind of keep it stable. We'll see how he progresses. We got 2 games off. We'll see if he can make it back for game 5. But Thibs goes to the bullpen. And where he needed it the most, this guy delivered again. Josh Hart, the heart and soul of this team, 19 points. 7 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, doing his Josh Hart thing all over the board. 7 of 16 from the field. And when you look at the other side of the box score, at number 45, Donovan Mitchell, that 5 for 18 for 11 points. A lot of that was on Josh Hart, man. Big game for Josh Hart. Just your typical Josh Hart game, man. What else can you say about the guy? He was incredible tonight.
And what I told you, CP, game 1. Now is where we're going to find out, or we're going to see the value of why the Knicks gave up that late first-round pick for him.
Yeah.
Now you're going to see why. And from the beginning of this series, from him, having the ankle injury and fighting back. And now, I mean, he looks healthy now. So he's ready to play. The toughness, being able to come in for Quentin Grimes and be a starter and taking on the challenge of Donovan Mitchell. To be honest with you, CP, I'm not even looking at his box score today. I don't care what he did.
Yeah.
I mean, what'd you say he had? What did he have?
19 on 7.
19.
7
All right. Yeah, we
18.
needed that. That's fine. Yeah, great. 7 rebounds, 2 steals. Amazing. That's all amazing. Donovan Mitchell, 5 of 18, 0 4 from 3, 6 turnovers, and being a -8 for the Cavaliers. That is the most important part of his contribution today. In addition to having Donovan Mitchell go 5 of 18, it's how he took him out the game. Pay attention to the type of defense that he played on Donovan. It was physical defense. How many times did you see Donovan Mitchell try to get to the paint on Hart, and he's flailing his shoulders, flailing his arms, Mitchell looking for any way to get Hart off of him and looking for any way to get a ref call, get a whistle. And Hart's physical play, I think, mentally took Mitchell out of the game, because then you saw Mitchell start to have bad, poor shot selection. Usually when you're a star and now you're reverting to long 3-point shots, bad fadeaway looks, that when you get to that point,
settling,
it's usually because the defense, the opponent, has taken you out of your element. And Donovan Mitchell was taken out of his element, and Josh Hart was a big reason why. And I think that was part of the game, because when they made that run, CP, and they outscored the Knicks 26-19 in the third quarter, one of the key things I was looking at that point was like, I just hope these are the moments that Donovan Mitchell will come in, or star, like Jalen Brunson, right? Those are the moments that they come in and they go on a 6-8-0 run by themselves, and they expand on the lead. Because of his defense on Mitchell, we were able to still maintain the game at tie or down by 2. And then we came back and we took the lead, because those are the moments that stars take over.
Yeah.
And Josh Hart did not allow that to happen tonight.
Not at all. And you're absolutely right, because I was staring at that stretch in that fourth quarter, because I saw Brunson out there. I said, okay, Brunson's going to play the whole quarter, but can they create some sort of separation? Can they get into a groove, get some momentum before the Spider gets back in? Because I had to figure that he was going to try to take things up another notch and take it up another level. But as you said, Hart was there, man, and Hart was the equalizer. He would not let this team lose. He would not let his team down. The physicality that he played with, the intensity that he played with, diving for loose balls late in the fourth quarter. That's it. Those things have cascading effects on the team. And as you said with Hart, you don't even have to look at the box score. If you just watch the game, you can feel that impact across the board, offensively, defensively. When we got the steals we needed, we kicked it out to Hart. He's pushing it down the court. When as an outlet for 3, he went 1 for 4 from downtown. But that was one of the things that I was curious about, was how would they handle shooting from the weak side if the Cavs are overloading on the side that Brunson was on, because you don't have Grimes, you have Hart, you have RJ. How would the spacing there, impact things? Knicks still weren't able to shoot the ball well from 3, but I thought he did have a timely one early in this game. So great job by him. Daniel, let's hear from head coach Tom Thibodeau and his thoughts on Josh Hart's performance tonight. Let's go to Thibs. This is courtesy of S&Y Videos. Let's go to Thibs.
Look, Julius is our horse, and
that's a Julius one. Let's do the
Josh Hart. Again, he's just one tough play after the next, a big shot, big offensive rebounds, great defense. The guy's he's just a winner.
All right, that was Thibs on Josh Hart. Great job by him again. Go ahead, bro.
CP, one last thing on Josh Hart, because you mentioned the shooting and you mentioned how, one of the concerns with him starting is how were the Cleveland Cavaliers going to play the Knicks starters? Because when you're looking at Hart, you're looking at RJ went over 6 from 3 today, although he hit one that should have counted. But
yes.
In my mind, Barrett finished with 3 more points.
Right.
But nevertheless, the Cavaliers defense were playing to him in the corner to shoot those threes, and him only shooting 4 attempts, I think, is actually a plus, because the interesting thing with Hart is you can play him a certain way, but he's such a good, he gets to certain spots, so he still gets to the paint. How many times you see him get to the paint and create a different shot? You want me to shoot it? I'm not going to give you what you want. I'm going to get to this spot in the paint, and I'm going to find another teammate. And that's what he does. He just doesn't allow the defense to dictate how he wants to play offense. Right. That's why he's so important. I want to end it with a question for you. There could be many candidates. What player in the 90s or in the past does he most remind you of? I'm not thinking of one. It's just conversation. What Knick, between those 90s, is there a Knick that you say is the closest that reminds you of him? Because he's a 90s player, basically.
Yeah. It's not. A lot of people try to say Starks because they were number 3. It's not Starks. He definitely didn't have the three ball like Starks. It's hard to say Spree, because Spree was just so filthy offensively. He was so cold. Spree could give you 50 if he needed to. It's almost like a combination of the two, man. I don't think there's a direct comparison. You know what I mean?
We're getting Derek Harper in the chat. Mason in the chat.
He wasn't
Oakley.
hard. Mason, maybe Mace. I think maybe Mace. Yeah.
Because the toughness and all that.
Yes. I would say Mace. Not Oak. Oak couldn't hit the broadside of a bar. No way. No. I mean, Oak was he was nasty. He was tenacious. He would get on the boards, but he couldn't score as much. I think I like the Mace comparison, because Mace, he could play point forward. He would bring the ball up in transition. He would push the pace. You know what I mean? He could knock down a shot. I feel like, I think it's kind of like a modern day Mace, if you want to put it that way. I like that one. Somebody in the chat said Shannon Anderson.
I thought that's the same thing.
Salute to the chat. The chat is on one right now. Everybody throw some threes up in the chat, man. It's 3-1. Knicks on the verge of moving on if they take care of their business. Take care of their business in that dump of Cleveland and lead those guys over there. We don't want to bring them back over here and have to play more basketball. Take care of business, and let's keep it pushing. Shout out to our guy Jason Cal Canis. $20 super chat says keep Josh Hart in the starting lineup. Full stop. Shout out to J Cal, man.
There's so many people we can talk about today. I can't wait till we get to all.
We
of them.
moving. We moving and grooving. We moving and grooving. We in a little bit of an assembly line right now. You know what I'm saying? Willie POV, $10 super chat says Josh Hart has unlocked a level of intensity we were missing before his arrival. No question about it. His infectious play has rubbed off on the entire team. Greatest acquisition in years. Yeah, I like that comment, man. Wooler Johnson, $20 super chat says RJ and Hart is my MVP of the game. Salute to Ken Boogie. Welcome to the Fanchise channel memberships. Shout out to Fritz Marty Jr. Welcome to the Fanchise channel memberships. And shout out to Muhammad Mustafa Wahad, who was gifted a Franchise channel membership by Gotcha Open, the Chris Kringle of Franchise channel memberships, man. He's giving away like candy out here. So we appreciate his support and everybody that's been rocking with us over this journey and across the season. So moving along. All right. We talked RJ, we talked Brunson, we talked Hart, but I gotta when I look at the box score, JD, and I look at 17 offensive rebounds, you look at 21 second chance points to the Cavs 12. Knicks were back on their A game on the offensive glass. We gotta go to Mitchie, because he ain't no snitchy, with 7 of those offensive rebounds, 12 points, 11 boards overall. My guy, the block nest monster Mitch, was all over this thing. Ferocious tonight. Played with a mean streak. Patrolling the paint, 2 blocks, had a nice one on Donovan Mitchell, man, in the second half. In the first half. Had a nice block on Donovan Mitchell in the first half. And just making this, just trying to make his presence felt, man. I thought this was another great game by Mitchell Robinson, man. He was sensational tonight. Let's talk about Mitch, man.
Mitchell Robinson, double-double.
Yeah.
Amazing game. And I think he grew up today. He matured a lot today in terms of backing up some of his trash talk. Because if you recall, after the game 3 postgame, he said some funny things in the postgame that got to the Cavalier locker room.
Yeah.
He was saying that, when these guys get to the paint and he was making this motion, they were shivering, basically saying they were scared, basically saying they know I'm in the paint. They know Mitchell Robinson is here.
Yeah.
And sometimes when you're a young center and you're facing another good center, have to be careful early in the series not to poke the bear, not to wake the opponent up. Yeah. And they asked Evan Mobley, they asked Jared Allen, they asked JB Bickerstaff about that, and they tried to be political in their answers. And then he responds with a 12-11 game. He responds with 7 offensive rebounds. Yeah. Could have been like 10 the way he was like deflecting passes, even ones that he didn't get, that he were tipping that other, kind of like Tyson Chandler did. Tyson Chandler used to get offensive rebounds like they call the hockey assist, the hockey offensive rebound, where he'll tip the ball. The other teammate's going to get credit for it in the box score, but it wasn't because of that guy. It would have not been able to happen. So Mitch gives you additional possessions that he doesn't get credit for in the box score. And I think that's the most important thing. Look at Dylan Brooks. Dylan Brooks was talking all that trash.
I was going to say.
And look how he backed it up yesterday.
Scrubs can't talk trash, bro, if you can't back it up. Dylan Brooks need to sit down. That whole gimmick is finished. He's through. He ain't no Stone Cold Steve Austin. Sit your ass down. Let's go.
And that's why this team, CP, is so dangerous, because everyone in the playoff, you're not going to get every single player on your roster to play well. I mean, I don't know if that's even realistic. I don't know if you even get that from teams that actually win the championship, that you look at the roster and you say every single guy play well. Right. But the Knicks, most of these key players and these young players are growing up right before our eyes. And
big time. Oh, did we lose? Hold on. Did we lose JD's audio? Hold on. So to Knicks Nation, once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. JD, keep testing your audio. Let me salute Tom from Huntington. $20 super chat says, salute, gentlemen. Best show for the fans, by the fans. Great coverage of the playoffs thus far. Hartenstein deserves respect as well. Let's go Knicks. Let's go Manscaped. JD, you back?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And as I was saying, I had to hear about Robert Williams.
Yes.
In Boston when he got that contract and all this and that. Mitchell Robinson, man, one of the top centers left in the playoffs. I mean, when you look around, he's up there. And that's why this is the toughest series for the Knicks, but for him, he's playing against Mobley and Jared Allen. He passes this test. His confidence going into the next round has to be amazing. And he's hit a few free throws. Yeah. I love every time Mitch gets 12 or 10 points, because you could tell when Mitch gets offensive production, he loves that. You see with the tweets and the cryptic stuff.
Yeah.
He wants to score. He wants to be a part of the offense.
Yeah.
So whenever he scores double digits, he gets more engaged defensively.
No question.
And so Mitch, man, important part. And he is another player. Now, when we look at the front office, we look at long-term CP. He is another player that as the salary cap continues to rise little by little every year, him and Brunson, those are 2 deals that are going to be valid. You're going to look back and say, wow, those were bargain deals. Because look at the contract the Celtics gave Robert Williams, and they're not really getting that return right now because he can't stay healthy.
Can't stay healthy.
And Mitch is healthy right now at the most important part of the year.
Yep.
That's important.
There you go. Great points, man. Salute to everybody in the chat once again. Let's get those likes up. Hit that thumbs up button for you boys. CP and JD on the 1s and 2s. Alex on the way. KFTV Postgame Live presented by Manscaped. Go to manscaped.com. Use promo code KFTV for 20% off plus free shipping. Check out all of their great products. And, we mentioned Mitch. Let's go rapid fire through some of the other key contributors of this game, because we do want to hear from the people. The phone lines are up 657-383. 1509, or you can hit us up on the KFTV Discord. As Tom from Huntington said, Hartenstein. Thought Hartenstein gave them some big minutes, especially in that third quarter and into the fourth. Man, gave them some big minutes defensively. Had some key blocks, some nice steals out there, active hands for Hartenstein, just continuing to supplement what Mitchell Robinson does, or complement what Mitchell Robinson is bringing by, just doing more of the same. And he was a +10 on the night, 8 boards, 2 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks. Hartenstein getting after it across the board. I thought Obi's minutes, especially in the fourth quarter.
Thank you, Obi.
How about 8 boards for Obi in that final stretch, right? You had no Julius to finish the fourth. 8 boards for Obi topping down the stretch, man. I thought his defense and his rebounding was much needed in this fourth quarter to keep the Cavaliers at bay. As I said, man, Knicks 17 offensive rebounds to 7 for the Cavaliers. So every board counts, your effort counts, and I thought Obi was great, especially in the fourth quarter, just doing the little things that they needed from him. The deuce was loose in the second quarter. Miles McBride, he came in with about a couple seconds left in the first, went into the second, and was a pit bull. That 5 of 18 from Donovan Mitchell, Deuce McBride was all over it, man. He was all over it. So shout out to Deuce. I thought his defense, his tenacity, his hustle was great, and he was rewarded with a nice 3-pointer there in the second quarter. So, great job. As you talk about some of these young guys getting valuable experience, I like situational Deuce. Man, because he's hungry. He's going to fight. You're going to get his best effort on his key strength, which is defense, and he gave him some good minutes, man. Gave him some good minutes.
And let me start there with Deuce, because I think, his 5 minutes might have been the toughest 5 minutes for Donovan Mitchell in this whole game.
Yeah.
We talked about Josh Hart. Those 5 minutes that Deuce McBride was in there, whether he was playing safety, on the corner where he was like kind of, freelancing there, double teaming him. He was part of that game plan from Tom Thibodeau in those late shot clock traps of Donovan Mitchell.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other possessions in those 5 minutes that he guarded Donovan Mitchell, Mitchell couldn't go anywhere, anywhere. And that is the most important thing. Deuce McBride is like that relief pitcher that gets you to the closer in baseball. Like, he can be used in certain ways where you just play him 5-6 minutes, but those could be the 5-6 most difficult minutes for the opposing guard that, it's a guard league. So whenever Deuce comes in, he's going to be defending a top flight guard on the other end, which means his minutes are important. I don't care that they're 5, 4, or 6.
No, they're key.
They are key. And the best thing about role players like that, CP, and that's what they say, role players at home play better.
Yeah.
When he made that 3, the Garden crowd.
Garden was electric, man.
They were like,
they
oh
went
my
in for him.
God, even the offense is in, and it means everything. Obi Toppin. This might have been his best performance of the season, and it's because it's in the playoffs, man. Don't give me those 30-point games.
Yeah.
No. I don't care that he scored 10 points. He rewarded, and Obi's in connection to Tom Thibodeau tonight. He rewarded Thibs' trust. He rewarded, the team's trust. He gave you 5 of those 8 rebounds in the fourth quarter. CP.
Big.
In the fourth quarter,
boards, man. Yeah, it was big to see him get on the boards, bro.
Something that he struggled at during the season, rebounding. He's giving it to you now in the playoffs, man. And even that little nice move that he when Donovan Mitchell tried to pressure the basketball on him, and he kind of did a little mini crossover, got to the paint, hit the layup. Obi's not playing scared.
No.
He's not shook.
No.
He wasn't shook in Cleveland. When you looked at some of the young players that you could have said on this team was shook, he wasn't. And now in the Garden, he's confident. And, man, key minutes, and this is why the Knicks are dangerous. When you can go deeper into your bench, CP, and go into a Deuce McBride, go into Obi Toppin, and you don't have a dip in production, you don't have a dip in talent, these guys you can argue could be, Obi could be a starter. That's what makes the Knicks a dangerous playoff team. And Hartenstein, I'll give it to you because that's your guy. You know, that's the guy you wanted to come here. And between him and Mitch, 4 blocks. Again, rim protection. Remember, there was a part of the season, CP, he wasn't giving you that. And we were like, wait, we were reading these stats that said he's a good rim protector. Where the hell is that?
Right.
And then now, late in the season to now in the playoffs, you're starting to see his true value as an acquisition for the Knicks.
Yeah, incredible, man. And when we had Fred Katz of The Athletic on the show, he talked about the chemistry and the competitiveness between Mitch and Hartenstein. The two of them, along with Jericho Sims, kind of have a competitive spirit. They call themselves like the center club or something like that. And so you could tell their energy. It's just iron sharpens iron. So it's just great to see. And with Deuce and with Obi, look, every second of your minutes, you got to make the most of it. And if you're not scoring, you're trying to impact winning. And I thought that's what those guys were doing, especially with Deuce McBride and his minutes. It leads to helping to wear down Donovan Mitchell, making him second guess his decisions in terms of how he's operating on the court, playing him physical, ball denial, all of those things. It contributes in the playoffs, man. This is a grind. It's a 7-game grind. And as you get deeper and deeper into the series, being able to throw multiple solid defenders at this guy is key. He had 11 points tonight. So whether it's Grimes, it's Hart, it's Deuce McBride, the Knicks' depth, especially at that guard rotation defensively, it's been solid, man. So great job by them. And then on the Obi front, what was noticeable, he played the full fourth. No Julius tonight. Another struggle offensively. Well, the good thing is that the contributions from Hart and from RJ to back up Brunson's consistency has been great, because Julius 3 for 10 tonight, 7 points, non-factor. If you want to point to the Mobley defense, you could look at that. It just, I don't know about the ankle, but it just seems like he's not as aggressive as he was since game 1. He hasn't been as aggressive since game 1 in really attacking. And to me, what's tough about Julius, his second playoff stretch now with the Knicks, is that in the regular season, he can make tough shots, right? He's shown you that. He can, step back and shoot it off the right shoulder and go to the post and make a fadeaway. Sometimes those shots, look at Donovan Mitchell today, sometimes those shots are not going to fall for you, right? And so what is your counter going to be? What are you going to do to impact winning? And for Julius tonight, it just wasn't there, man. Like I said, the aggressiveness wasn't there, and he just took a lot of tough shots. He's got to be better.
Yeah,
he has to be better. They need him.
He certainly has to be better. I'm not going to use the ankle as an excuse, because once you play, you have to, because let's keep it real. If that was RJ, that was somebody else on this team, the fans would not be using that as an excuse.
Yeah.
So I'm not about to use that with Randle. That's number one. Although I do think low key it is slightly affecting him, but I don't think it's big enough to dictate his performance. What I do think is really happening though, CP, Mobley's shutting him down.
Yeah.
And I know sometimes we don't like to, we always want to look deeper into things.
Right,
and we want to figure out like what is really going on and this and that. Maybe it's this.
We don't look at the other side.
Bro, Mobley was number 3 in votes for Defensive Player of the Year. And when you look at the spacing that Randle has in front of him, Mobley is playing him 2 steps behind. He's giving him enough space because he wants to bait him to shoot the 3. But it's because Mobley understands I have a large wingspan and I can contest a shot. He's taller than Randle. And even notice in those threes, Randle can't, when Mobley's defending him, Randle's finding a tough opportunity. He's finding tough spacing to get a comfortable look without having Mobley's hand all over him.
Yeah.
It's like when you play ball, you just have somebody, a lot of people like to talk about, length on Brunson, how that sometimes that gives him trouble. I think this matchup is just advantage Cavaliers. Same thing with Mitchell. Mitchell is struggling. We want to look at more. You got to give credit to Josh Hart. Give credit to this Knicks defense.
Right.
I just think this series, Mobley is gonna be one of the best defenders in the league, and he's just is making it difficult on him. Because how do you say it's the ankle when game 1 he came out and he was playing well?
Yeah.
So what? All of a sudden, did it get worse on him? I don't know about that.
Right.
But like I said, just watch the film, watch the game, Mobley is just shutting him down, and to that he has to still respond to it. That doesn't mean that you're gonna allow Mobley. You got to make adjustments, and you have to play physical.
Yeah. Can't crawl up into a ball, man. You hit the nail on the head. Mobley's just been that good. I mean, he finished in the regular season number 9th at his position in guard and in isolation. Just straight up shoot the fair one. Evan Mobley was 9th. He was 5th in defending the pick and roll. And so, as you said, with that athleticism, with the wingspan, he's a hard cover. And with the Knicks not having much spacing, the way the Cavs are crunching in on that paint, or they're overloading on the strong side, it's going to be hard to move. It's going to be hard to move. Because you got guys helping off of Hart. You got guys helping off of Mitch. You got guys helping off of RJ.
And one adjustment that they've taken out, or one part of Julius' offensive game that Mobley has taken completely out of, and I think it's just because of his weight. He's a light forward. Is how many times, CP, do you see one of Randle's big moves that gets him going in his game is when he drives and he kind of, when guys are stronger, he gets that foul where he bumps into you and then he shoots. And he always gets the foul in the middle of the paint. He hasn't been able to do that because how are you going to get the foul on Mobley? Mobley is so light, you're not going to get that call.
Mm-hmm.
So he's not even going to the move because he understands that's not going to be effective against a guy like Mobley. So now he has to go to his secondary and third offensive moves. And that goes back to what you said. When you are struggling, you have to hit tough shots. And in the playoffs, sometimes those tough shots don't go in as they do in the regular season.
Big time. Daniel, let's pull up the Thibs soundbite on Julius Randle. Let's hear what Thibs had to say.
Look, Julius is our horse, and he's given us everything that he has. A lot of guys probably wouldn't even be playing. So I knew that with the quick turnaround, probably impact him more than most players. He was out an extended amount of time. So we got multiple days here before the next game. He'll get a chance to get some recovery time, but I think that's a big part of it. So, but the thing I love about him is he gives you everything he has. So he's done that to come back the way he did to be ready.
Okay. That was head coach Tom Thibodeau. So, yeah, a lot of people observed a not so happy Julius, in the fourth quarter when Obi was cooking. Look, you got to respond with your play. You want to be out there, you got to respond with your play. Give credit to Thibs. He didn't lean on reputation. He didn't lean on all-star status. He didn't lean on ego. He leaned on the guys that were helping him win the game, and he stuck with it. The guys that were keeping the momentum flowing in that fourth quarter, he stuck with them. It was Jalen, it was RJ, it was Josh Hart, it was Obi, and it was Mitch and Hartenstein. Those guys were relentless in the fourth quarter. They did not let the Cavaliers breathe, and they took us home. Simple and plain. So for Julius, hey, let you play. Call up Robert Randolph, get a pep talk, and then come back stronger on Wednesday for Game 5. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And CP, Thomas, what's his name? Thomas Joseph Thibodeau Jr.?
Yeah, that's his name. Yeah.
I tweeted that he has responded because I got to give him credit, man. Got to give Thibs credit. We've gone through the players, but this head coach, got to give credit where credit's due. And I talked about how he's responded to game 2 of, JB Bickerstaff's adjustments. Now it's your turn, Thibs. Now we're going to the Garden. Let's see what you have, right? He was my number 1 key to game 3. And I tweeted this out when I said Tom Thibodeau has responded to game 2 with continued demonstration of his growth as a coach, adapting and trusting more. Great game plan to get RJ going early. leaving Obi in for extended minutes, defensive pressure adjustment on Darius Garland, and the late traps on Donovan Mitchell, etc. You can go on to more and more and more of what he's done. And we talked about how, he's shown this during the season. And it's the same thing for players. It's like, can you translate it to the playoffs? Let's see now if you can, do those same things. It's the same thing with the coach. It's like, let's see now, Thibs, when the pressure's on and the crowd is loud and the other team is up by 2 points and they're really putting pressure on you. Like, you going with your instincts in the moment on that garden floor, are you going to revert back to the old Thibs? Or are you really going to say, you know what? That guy right there might be second or third All-NBA tonight this season. That's been my guy all year. That's the guy that got me, Coach of the Year, part of getting me Coach of the Year award a few years ago. I'm going to go back to him because he has to turn it around, right? Like, he's going to have a better fourth quarter because he's an all-star. No. In the pressure, with the guarded crowd yelling, with national TV, in the playoffs, this guy is, 60-something years old, and people like to say as you get older, it's harder to adapt to change.
Yeah.
And in the moment, he went with a guy that sometimes he doesn't trust because he doesn't rebound as much. And you went with him through the whole fourth. You bringing in Deuce and situational basketball. You adjusted with getting RJ going early in the. And how about this adjustment? He was giving Mitch the ball by the key or free throw line. He was giving him those Hartenstein looks. You know why he made that adjustment? Because he wanted to get Jarrett Allen a little bit away from the basket, but also he left Randle at the three-point line to get Mobley a little bit away from the basket. And what does that do, CP? When you run RJ off a pick and you give him a head start, you're giving RJ better looks at the rim by using Mitch as kind of like a little Hartenstein decoy passer. Those are film adjustments. So Thibs, man, I can't believe it.
I can't believe you giving Thibs credit for making adjustments, but you spot on. You spot on. You got to figure out a way to get those guys away from the basket. If you don't have the ideal spacing, you don't have a lot of three-point shooters, you got to do something. So you hit the nail on the head, man. Great job. Great adjustments by Thibs. Shout out to Justin Ramos, $50 super chat, says RJ is a true blood puppy. Who else is in? Shout out to him. Shout out to Honcho, channel franchise channel member. He says, finally, Thibs stayed with the hot hands down the stretch. Let's go. Hashtag KFTV. Let me tell you, MSG, you can't say it enough. The energy was just crazy. It was just outstanding. There's nobody like us, Knicks fans. Anybody tell you anything different, they're lying to you. They're just jealous. The RJ chants were going from the first quarter on. Obi chants, the Deuce chants when Deuce hit the three. MVP Brunson chants. It was just insane, man. Knicks fans were just besides himself in the building tonight, and they were rewarded with a 102-93 win. So with that being said, let's hear from the fans, man. We had a lengthy breakdown on this game, rightfully so, because we're up 3-1. Let's hear what the people got to say on the number one show for the fans by the fans. Let's go to the Discord. Young Money Dunnie, go ahead and unmute your mic. Young Money Dunnie.
What's going on, boys?
Let's go. Talk to us, man.
Hey, man. One thing I want to say is I hope the Knicks training staff, I hope they have a dentist on the staff, because we was straight eating that glass, baby, all night long. Almost 50 boards.
Relentless, man. Relentless on the boards.
I felt like a broken record. I just kept saying, good board. Good board.
Mm-hmm.
All night long. And one more thing I want to talk about, just one play in particular, just a hair right after the 2-minute mark in the fourth quarter, 87-94. Mitchell Robinson, such a beast on the offensive glass that Mobley and Jared Allen have to double box him out because he's right under the paint. Leads to the huge offensive board by Josh Hart. Kick out, 3 Brunson, 10-point game. Man, it feels wrong saying this without Alex in the show, but where's that window at, man? I'm ready to jump.
He's out of there. Young Money Dunnie on the Discord, man. HP Cuzco, you up next. Go ahead and unmute your mic. We got HP going once.
Hello?
Yep, you here, man. Let's go.
Hey, how you doing? What can I say? What a game.
Yeah.
What a
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
I would say the greatest play of the game, I'm going to go rapid fire, was Thibs not keeping in who we had going. I think like that was amazing for me, looking at the time tick down and the timeouts get called and then he didn't put in Randle. I thought that was sweet.
Mm-hmm.
I would say one remark or one improvement we could do for next game is that Randle's not going to win that Mobley matchup. I think unless he ISOs on the block, we're kind of dead.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that they need to do more of what they did with RJ this game with Randle, as far as getting him off like DHOs or like getting him moving and attacking Mobley.
Yeah.
But other than that, beautiful game. Like we needed that just to heal our wounds from not getting Donovan this summer. So that felt good. Yeah. Thank you guys for your coverage this playoffs. It's been awesome.
Yes, sir.
And I hope to see you guys continue into the second round.
Anytime, man. Thanks for the call, man. Great call. Salute. HB Cuzco on the Discord. Stock Chasers, you up next, man. Go ahead and unmute your mic. Stock Chasers going once. And we got Abdul on deck. Stock Chasers. Here we go.
What's good?
Yep, you here.
What's good? What's going on, guys? You guys hear me?
Loud and clear. Let's go, bro.
Shout out CP, shout out JD. What's going on, guys?
Good, man. How you feel, man?
I'm feeling great, man. So check this out, man. Real quick. I just want to shout out Mitch, no snitchy. He's applying pressure. He got them boys shivering in that paint.
Okay.
I've been saying it all year. Jalen Brunson is a superstar. We are lucky to have him. Hopefully he's here for a long time. This dude, he's the man. As long as he's out there, I feel good about the game. Broadway Barrett, number 9, playing bully ball, man. One thing I really liked today was that he got to the free throw line because he was applying pressure and, going to the basket, which is, I feel like when he does that, that's when he has his best games. Shout out Josh Hart, locking up Spider, had him in the New York penitentiary all game. Again, I also like the camaraderie between him and Jalen Brunson, man. I feel like they feed off each other when they out there.
Absolutely. Yeah. Nova boys, man. They got the chemistry. They're boys, they're brothers, man. They're cut from that J Wright cloth. And shout out to our production team, Gamba and Daniel, the New York Penitentiary. Yeah, man, we had him in Central Booking tonight. Absolutely, man. Great call, bro.
Yeah, that's a fact. Also, I want to give a little shout out to Julius Randle because he seemed okay. He was standing up. He was high-fiving people in the fourth quarter. Even the announcers during the game, they gave him a shout out as well because he stayed engaged. He didn't look like his feelings were hurt or anything. So shout outs to Randle. And then, man, listen, I have to say this, man. Imagine being Donovan Mitchell. You were supposed to come to the Knicks. Now you're in the Garden.
Yeah.
Man, he's looking a little depressed to me out there, man. He's looking like he's out of whack.
Well, listen, man, when he don't got leverage, hey, you got to go where you got to go. That's it. He didn't. Obviously, this was his first choice, but he didn't have the leverage. They could play the Cavaliers was his favorite team as a kid. Give me a break. He wanted to come here. Danny Ainge screwed him. They screwed the Knicks.
Yeah, he had nothing to do with that.
Yeah. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, thank you for having me, man. Knicks in 5. Let's go. Let's
go. Stock Chasers in the building. Ladies and gentlemen, we got 3,000 people in the chat right now. Knicks just won 102-93, 3-1 in the series. We had a party outside on MSG. You got KFTV postgame live rocking right now. CP and JD on the 1s and 2s. We got highlights. We got quality analysis. We got stats for you. We got callers calling in. We got live graphics. I ask you guys this all the time. Where are you getting this? Where are you getting this, Knicks Nation? I'll answer for you. Nowhere. Hit that like button. Hit that thumbs up button for you boys. That's all we ask. Share this video right now. Share it on Twitter. Let's see if we can break the viewership record. Let's get up to 7,000 viewers. Share this video right now. Text somebody. Put it up on Facebook. Put it up on Instagram. If you guys are watching right now, throw us up on an Instagram story and tag KnicksFanTV on IG, man. Let's keep the wave going because it's the #1 show for the fans by the fans. I kid you not.
And CP, I didn't know how important the play-by-play was. My messages, people were going off.
You, man. They was looking for you.
Damn, I kind of regret it, man, because I didn't know they was that important.
Bro.
I have fans tweeting me, DMing me, Gamble calling me. Like, I'm like,
listen,
damn.
man, we were on such a momentum type of wave this weekend. We won on Friday, partied on Friday. You had the Tank Davis fight against Garcia. You had fight night Saturday, rolling into Sunday matinee. We needed a play-by-play. But listen, things happen. It is what it is. We catch the next one.
It was a long night.
It was a long night. It was a long night. You know what I'm saying?
I was picking up CP late tonight. I'm like,
yeah.
CP, I don't know, man. I
said,
don't know if I can make it.
Bro, it took me because somebody hit me up yesterday. It was like, yo, come through such and such. I said, bro, I'm watching the fight and I'm laying my ass down. I still needed to recover from Friday. It took me like a day and a half to recover from Friday. So I was like, you know what? Let me do the responsible thing. I'm chilling. I'm not going out after the fight. I'm going to watch a fight from home and just make sure that I'm up and ready for this matinee show.
I fell for the trap, man. I didn't do the responsible thing, and I paid for it.
It's all good. Shout out to Darius Thomas, man. $50 super chat. Let's go, man. Darius, we definitely appreciate your support. And appreciate that super chat. We got the Stratocaster in the building, man. He was sitting right behind me in a raucous Madison Square Garden. Al, give us your thoughts, man. You were in the building. Give us your thoughts, man. Give us your
I lost my voice. That's first and foremost. So it was amazing, CP and JD. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
The energy was electric. It's definitely better than I think the first game in Madison Square Garden. Everyone was amped. We were getting a lot of KFTV love. But man, these guys are ready. There were moments throughout the game where you thought the Knicks weren't going to be able to do it, especially the third quarter where it got a little close. But how about that fourth quarter, man? That fourth quarter, Brunson, you got RJ, Hart, my guy Obi Toppin.
Obi
Hive, stand up.
Excellent.
Obi Hive, stand up. I like the graphic that Daniel has for me right now. Me as Obi Toppin. Me on the Obi Toppin body. Oh, yeah. Come on, man. Look at Obi playing some major minutes. The dud pick out here, getting some rebounds.
Throw your shots. Throw your shots.
Look at him hitting some clutch shots in the moment, living up to the big moment. Look, Randle didn't have it tonight. You know what? He's like, don't worry, my guy. Don't worry. I'm coming in today. I'm going to relieve you. I'm going to play 20 minutes. Thibs trusted him the entire fourth quarter for Mr. Obi Toppin. Obi won. That's what you want to see, man. This team is deep. That's my biggest takeaway, man. This team is deep. You didn't even have a good game from Randle, but you still had enough. Even Quickly didn't have that great of a game, but you still had enough horses to get out there and get you the win. Wow. And what about RJ? Man?
Talk about it. Man.
We at KFTV, man. I like to think of us as motivational speakers.
Absolutely.
I've been criticized for saying I've been a little too harsh on RJ, but you know what? He needs the criticism. Even in your everyday workplace, he needs some constructive criticism. What does he do? He bounces back. And he's attacking inside the paint. Timely passes, playing solid defense. Man, this team is so good, man. This team is so good. I loved everything about being at Madison Square Garden today. Even the energy outside and in the streets. Even the officers were like, whoa, we got to stop. This is going on way too long. We got to keep the show moving. There's people got places to be, things to do. It was a vibe, man. Today's environment was just a vibe.
Yeah.
It was amazing being at Madison Square Garden today.
The greatest, the world's most famous arena, the world's greatest arena, man. Put some respect on our name, man. When our team is cooking, there's nothing like it in the game of basketball. Okay? Forget about it, man. Salute to Knicks Nation once again. Hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Back to the Discord we go. We got people on the phones as well. People on the phones, we're going to get to you. But we have some people on the Discord that were here and waiting, so we want to get to them. Abdul, San Diego, go ahead. You're up next. Go ahead and unmute your mic.
Yo, what's up, fellas? Can you hear me?
What's good, fam? We here live and direct. Let's go.
Man, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be really quick because I got the 3 kids at the house. My wife was out in training this weekend. I did the laundry. I did the dishes. I did the yard work. I told my wife, don't bother me Friday. Don't bother me Saturday. Don't bother me Sunday. I'm parking my butt on the couch, and it was well worth it. Other than the Rangers losing, but it was well worth it, man. Look, I said one thing to myself because my kids don't understand sports yet, and I don't got no Knicks fans out here in my city. I said, man, if Tom Thibodeau does not make this fourth quarter adjustment, we're going to lose this game. And literally 5 seconds later, he kept in Obi Toppin. We needed energy because that's what he was providing. He was providing energy on the boards. We all know what Randle was going through, and it's all good. But most importantly, for our other players to not show up the way they should have showed up today and still get the win, that's a straight fact of how good our depth can be. Just imagine when IQ and them other guys are rolling and rocking and rolling. I'm fired up. I'm going to get back to cooking.
Let's go.
Shout out to KFTV. Hey, I want to say one more thing, man, before I hang up. Hey, you guys, man, from day one, finishing up the season, going into the playoffs. Look, for somebody here in San Diego, and I follow you guys like nonstop, social media, Twitter, everything, I felt like I was out there in Madison Square Garden with you guys, man. The content you provide for us as fans, to be able to bring us to the Madison Square Garden, to be able to bring us to New York, it's like no other fan experience. Thank you guys for sleeping less, for providing more, always giving us the opportunity. And all we get to do as fans is hit that like button and subscribe.
Facts.
That's simple. Let's go ahead. Let's go, Knicks. Like
Simple
I said it in the beginning of the series, Knicks in 5. Let's go.
Appreciate you, man. My guy Abdul, he understands, man. He's a fellow content creator himself. He understands. It takes time. It takes hard work. It takes sacrifice. You know what I mean? As you said, we brought him to MSG, Al. We brought him outside MSG. A lot of people appreciate that. You know, a lot of our out-of-towners, a lot of our guys that are far from home, those type of streams, yeah, the connection is what it is. I'm still meeting with MSG, tell them turn down the bandwidth on the facial recognition. It's taking up too much of my bandwidth. I can't connect with the people like I need to. But when we are out there, the people appreciate it, you know, so we try to do our job and try to just give you wall-to-wall coverage, man. Solid analysis. We have a good time with it. We was in the mosh pit vibing now.
Yo.
Talk about the mosh pit on 7th Avenue, man.
Yo, the mosh pit was crazy.
Was
besides the family show, Trae Young chants.
Yes.
Knicks in 5. Cleveland sucks.
Yeah.
Oh my God. We stopped traffic today on 7th Ave. It was pandemonium. It was a zoo.
Yeah.
It was an absolute zoo. We got KFTV chants. Everyone recognizing us too.
KFTV chants.
Yo, man.
Come on, man. So it's just incredible. We appreciate the family in that way and all the support, and just keep it rocking, man. All we ask is for your support in whichever way that you can bring it to us. That's all it is. Rambo on the Discord, you up next. Let's go.
Yo, can you hear me?
Loud and clear. Is this Rambo from Tampa?
It's Rambo from Tampa. I switched over to the Discord just for y'all, man. Real quick.
I love
Shout
it.
out Abdul, man.
Yeah.
Shout out Abdul, man. He said it better than anybody could right now, man. Man, the platform you guys have created for us, man. I'm all out here in Tampa, and it's just like, bro, I feel like we all connected right now, man. Talk to me. Let's go, man. 3-1, man.
Yeah.
It's beautiful, man. Man, we are hitting on every angle. I went to the Harlem Globetrotters today. I forgot we played that one.
No.
I'm sitting there.
Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. Is that real? No, we got to clip this up. Wait a second. You went to a Harlem Globetrotters game today with game 4 going on?
I had no idea. I already committed for my son and like 2 of his classmates. And you know what? I let them do them. I grabbed the phone. I went to the corner. I got my Barrett jersey on, and I had Toppin in my hand.
Wait a second. Hold on. Hey, so it gets even better. So you let little man and his friend go through the Globetrotters against the Harlem Generals in a nothing game while you stand in the corner watching the real game. You can't make it up.
We have to do it all. Just like Josh Hart, we got to do it all. We got to be there. We got to be dad. We got to take the coach.
Yeah.
But we got to support the boys, man. We got to support the boys, man. Shout out to Thibs. I didn't think he had it in him.
Yeah.
Bro, I am blown. I am in the middle of the street walking in my neighborhood. I'm just walking right now because this is blowing me because I didn't think Thibs had it in him.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear no apologies for any slander that has been given. The expectations is winning here, okay? And if you're not promoting that, and if you're not giving us that, we don't want it. It's that simple. So shout out to RJ for coming back and doing what he's doing. There's no apologies needed. This is what you got paid to do. Talk to me nice, man. Stay focused, man. Listen, when they say when the dog tastes blood, you gotta put him down. Who's gonna put us down?
Talking spicy. Rambo in the building, man. Let's get those likes up, man. Hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Dad life is real. Mike Bolt, you know about it, man. Dad life is real, man. Sometimes you got to take one for the team. You got to take those bullets, man. He took his son and a friend to the Harlem Globetrotters when game 4 is underway. Man, oh, man. I would have had to reschedule that one, and we watched the game as a family. That's adjustments. You know what I mean? We got to adjust. But, hey, I feel you, man. You got to do what you got to do. Shout out to Rambo from Tampa.
I felt Abdul on the whole got to do chores before you watch the game thing.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I feel that.
You got to, man. You got to do what you got to do. Just add Sasso and say, yeah, you got to call that audible. Sometimes you got to call that audible. Like, listen, little man, you know, plans have changed. So, you know, we'll bring your homie over, you know, bring your cars or whatever in practice. We got to watch this game. We got to watch 48 minutes of Knicks basketball. But, hey, it is what it is, man. Family calls. You got to do what you got to do. Salute to everybody in the chat. Hit that thumbs up button for you boys, man. 102-93. 1 game away. And they get it done. Let's see what happens, man. Wednesday night in Cleveland should be rocking. Like I said, let's leave these guys in the dump and move on so we can heal up and get ready for the next round. Doc on the Discord. Go ahead and unmute your mic. Doc, let's go.
Hello? Y'all hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear. Are you on speakerphone, sir?
No, I'm not.
Okay. Your connection sounds kind of far away, like you're on some sort of AirPods or some sort of like government device. What are you doing?
You hear me now?
Yeah. Go ahead.
All right, awesome. I just want to say, man, first of all, this is Adrian from Connecticut. I called a long time ago, third game when we lost, and I was like, man, this keeps happening. Like, we need a superstar, we need an all-star, and all this crazy stuff that everybody's saying. But if I learned something, CP, Alex, JD, the season, the narrative is fluid. Look at what we thought Hartenstein was going to be when he came in. He was going to be a passer. He was shooting threes in preseason, and we didn't expect him to end up being this basically another version of Mitchie on the bench.
Yeah,
playing good defense. Being we were on him for not being as much of a force, and we were even some people were opting to trade him. You know, Jalen is, like JD said, he's growing into a superstar. I'm with him. I'm on that train. I'm with you there. We were all looking for the star. Where is he at? Let's give up all of our assets to get the star. We had him. We signed him. And then now we see it. Like you said, it's money time now. I'm going to try to keep it quick, but there's just so much, man. And like offensive rebounds was everything huge. They couldn't stop Mitchie, man. They could not stop Mitchie. I was hearing Cody Glock in my head. Mitchie ain't no snitchy. Mitchie ain't no snitchy, man. Grabbing those boards.
Yeah.
Hart, what else can I say about Hart, man? When the shot clock was running down and Josh Hart threw that shot up, kind of gave me a little bit of game 1 vibes, and I was like, wow, this dude's clutch.
Yeah.
This dude's clutch. Those Nova boys are clutch.
Nova boys
They're just showing
clutch,
up.
Man.
And then I think the biggest part of the game, and this will be my last take, Jalen Brunson, wow, like when we let go of the rope in the third, and we was down by, I believe it was 1, and we was about to end the third, I was like, if we go down in the fourth quarter, we go into the fourth quarter down, there may be a different atmosphere than what it was. And this may be a momentum shift for Cleveland. And then you see Josh Hart send him that screen, and he just pulls up and hits that big three-point shot to give us the lead. It may have been only 2 points, but that was, I think that was the momentum. Like Jalen's just been doing that all season, where we look like we're going to lose it. And Jalen's like, let me remind y'all who I am and why y'all brought me here. And because of that, all these other people can have bad games, and the youth is figuring it out. They can do it because y'all got me. I'm the crutch. Y'all can lean on me. So that's what I got to say about this game, man. Thanks so much, everybody. Show these people some love. Give them subscribe to the channel. Give them a like. And man, I just appreciate you guys, man, for everything you're doing.
Doc, appreciate you, man. Yeah, you know, we've said it time and time again about Brunson's contributions to this team, and it's, you know, he's a momentum killer. When I say that, I mean the other team. You know, when the other team is charging, fellas, it's Brunson. How many times this season have we seen it? Cool, calm, collected. Just let me operate. You can't speed him up. You can't force him into terrible decisions. Now you have 4 turnovers, but 9 times out of 10, He's steady with the ball, right? And it's just fourth quarter. The Cavs are trying to take that momentum, and he's just doing his thing. You can't understate the value and the impact that he's had on this team all year. And it came up again in the fourth quarter. 8 points in the fourth quarter, along with RJ's 10. Well, Brunson was back in his captain clutch bag, man.
Oof. You gotta love what Brunson's able to bring to this team, and it's shifting the narrative from you need Donovan Mitchell to, you already have a star. As the caller said, JD's talking about having a superstar here. This is the creation of a superstar. You're seeing him in big moments once again. Last year, you saw with the Dallas Mavericks. Now you're seeing him not only throughout the entire course of a season being the number one guy, but now you're seeing it also transfer into the playoffs. And for someone to step up to such a high level and continuously show that when the game is on the line, that he can be the person that you rely on, that is the telling of a superstar material. And man, without Jalen Brunson, this game is different. But the way you said it, CP, like he's cool, calm, and collected. We've been talking about it all year, and you just see it, whether it's just knocking down threes, getting to his spots, making the right play for his teammate. It doesn't matter. Like nothing rattles him. It's just another game for him. You hear it even in the post game. He's like, yeah, we won another game, but there's still more to do. And he treats it like that. I just love that stoic nature of him, man. Like you see it in his face. It's like nothing rattles him. Nothing gets him too happy. Even keel. The Derek Jeter mindset. You got to love what Jalen Brunson does for this team.
Yeah, no question about it, man. So to everybody in the chat, once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Now, Doc on the Discord, fellas, he mentioned his name. He said Mitch ain't no snitchy. He almost said it 3 times, kind of like Candyman. But then he brought up this guy's name, and he goes by the name of Cody Glock. So without further ado, we got to give the people what they want, because Mitchie was certainly not a snitchy tonight. Cody Glock, please address the people.
You guys hear me?
Loud and clear, sir. The floor is yours. It's your show. Go ahead.
Let me get this off my chest. Yo, shout out Manscaped. I average 0 turnovers. I mean 0 turnovers.
Yeah.
Because of Manscaped.
No testimonials.
Take care of my ball profusely.
Thank
no
you.
Testimonials.
Please.
Let me say something right now.
Let's go.
Let me say something right now. I ain't calling Friday. I was supposed to call in. I ain't calling. I was at the studio. I was at the studio getting in some beats, making some beats to change my life.
Okay, no doubt, no doubt. Understandable.
So this is what's going on right now. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm getting straight into it. I want to talk about somebody right now. I don't want nobody to slander him. Let me tell you something about Mitchie. It's a Mitchie, it's no snitchy. La 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 la. All right, look, boom. This is what I want to tell you about Mitchie. He's outplaying Jarrett Allen and Evan Mobley combined in that paint. No, everybody's looking like a baby. You remember the Binky guy on Friday? Everybody needs a Binky when Mitchie's in the paint. Everybody needs a Binky, a piece of quilt, and some tummy time when Mitchie's out there on that floor. I don't want to hear nothing about Mitchie. Don't ever fix your mouth to say nothing about Mitchie ever again. Anybody in the chat. If you say something about Mitchie, you're going to have to see me. Another point, right? I'm never gonna talk bad about RJ again. Ever.
Okay.
I'm never gonna talk bad about RJ again.
Yeah.
RJ, he was playing like Michael Doliak, right?
Yeah.
He got his act together. So for that only, he's 22 years old. My baby, she can agree with me. I'm never gonna talk bad about RJ again. That's my little son. That's my heart.
That's your heart.
I always for you, baby. You my life's charm, baby. It's my heart, man. It's my little son, man. So look, man, Robert Randolph, you got some explaining to do. You're not hiding. We're not hiding tonight, Robert Randolph.
Julius? Robert's always talking spicy about my guy RJ, man. Yeah, go ahead, man.
Yeah, it's your turn, Robert Randolph.
Yeah.
The Julius Hive is in shambles right now. Julius, you was playing like you don't know what the heck you was doing out there. You was playing like a piece of family show. That's what you was saying, like a big piece of family show.
Okay.
So now-
Yo, is that your TV in the background, man? We got a show going on, man. What you got going on in the background, man?
No, I don't got. It's my daughter.
Okay.
Really, she's having a time of her life in the background.
I got you. Okay.
But so now what's happening? This is my last take, right?
Yeah.
The bench showed out, man. Obi, he was the star of the bench today, man. Yeah, we had Deuce come off, gave us some good minutes and 1-3, but Obi, man, those rebounds, you can't put a price on that. Hart, it's hard to beat a team. You can't kill something with 2 hearts. Our team got 2 hearts.
Bars.
You can't kill something with 2 hearts, man.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna leave on this note, man. Shout out Nicky Pipes, man. Shout out KnicksFanTV, man. Shout out everybody that was. Yo, if you would have told me going into the year, starting the year, that the Knicks would be 3-1 up on the series in the playoffs, going into Game 5 to close it out, I would have tell you, you damn right. Shout out KnicksFanTV, man.
Let's go.
Come out, man.
Peace, man. Cody Glock. Wow. There we go. There we go.
Teams that go up 3-1 in the series are 258-13. 95%.
Okay.
In the history.
Yeah.
So
well, listen.
Just don't be that 5%.
Don't be that 5%. So
right.
I'll wait to pop the champagne. Before we, I'll just wait to pop the champagne. I don't want to get ahead of myself. Let's take care of business on Wednesday. Leave them in that dump so we can keep it pushing. But squad is looking good. They've shown a lot of resilience. They've shown a lot of poise, led by Brunson. RJ stepped it up big time in his homestand. The Garden crowd was rocking. It's Knicks basketball, man. This is Knicks basketball, man.
CP, I love that people asked you as we were exiting the arena, are you jumping out the window? I loved it.
Yeah. Well, it just goes to show you the influence that this show has, because we get Mitchie ain't no snitchy. We get hit that thumbs up button for you boys.
Yep.
We get, are you jumping out the window? We get 50 burgers. We get everything, man. So, it just goes to show you the fun that we have on this show. And, the branding is primal branding at its best. So shout out to everybody for their support and continued participation in the show, man.
I know JD's got that grill out. He's been cooking. Those play-by-plays have been cooking.
Yeah.
I know JD's about to turn the flames all the way up.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And I got a pack. So there's a pack there, has the Cavs logo on it.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for the closeout game. That's all I have to say.
Oh, let's go.
I got a pack waiting on me. I'm just waiting for postgame to be over to celebrate. Boy, hey, let's keep it pushing, man. Oh, yeah. Salute. Okay. Nice and loud.
That's why
nice and loud, he says. Okay.
That's why CP's like rapid fire.
Yeah, once it gets to the end, we got to decompress a little bit. 919, what's your name? Where you calling in from?
What's good? This is Shameek calling from North Carolina. How you doing, man?
Peace, blessings, and prosperity. How you feeling, man?
Peace, blessings, and positive vibes. And there's a whole lot of positive vibes that I've seen.
Yeah.
Man, listen, wonderful game for Monster Mitch. Mitchie is no snitchy. You know what I mean? Definitely Josh Hart was in there. All of the energy he brought. Even Deuce. We got it rolling, and special shout out to RJ, 2 consecutive games. I have been rooting for him. And like I said, man, nothing but peace, blessings, and positive vibes. Rapid fire, be easy.
Let's go, man. Shameek from North Carolina, man. Always a good call. And as he said, man, always peace, blessings, and positive vibes, man. Can't knock that. On the Sunday evening here. Knicks up 3-1 on the series. Knicks fans responding. CPJD and Alex, the Holy Trinity, and KnicksFanTV in the building for a Game 4 post-game show. Guys, remember that these shows are also available in audio podcast format. So even if you miss it live, if you're on the replay gang, shout out to the replay gang, but you could always catch it on all major podcast platforms after the game as well. 850 area code. What's your name? Where you calling in from?
Ian, I'm calling from Tallahassee.
Hey, how are you, man? How you feeling?
Great. Listen, that was a super game. I love this team.
Yeah.
I love all the players. I love to see them all play because they're all young, they're all aggressive, and I just think most importantly is that the management is terrific. They're responsible for all this. They brought Jalen Brunson in. Thank you, Mark Cuban, for not signing Jalen Brunson for $55 million. I mean, we needed a point guard so badly. I just didn't know we were going to get one of the best in the league. And Thibodeau, to me, with all the criticism he receives, I think he's the best coach in the league. I'd rather watch defense than all these 120-point games that are just all-star games back and forth, and it only matters who's going to make the last basket, basically.
Yeah.
The Knicks are tremendous. And I'm positive about all the players. Obi Toppin is really looking smooth. And I would like to see him, I'd like to hear your comment on it. I'd like to see him possibly, he's improved his defense. I still like to see him get more physical on defense.
Yeah.
I think he's not close enough to some of those players. I think it'll come. I think they'll teach him, and it'll come, and he'll be even greater. Randle, I'm a big fan of Randle. I said earlier, I called your show once before. I said he's going to do 25 and 10 this year, and he had an off night tonight. He was hesitant. He was smart that Thibs pulled him out of the game when he did, and but we're going to need Randle. If we go to play Milwaukee, we're going to need Randle just to have, it's going to be tough.
Tough test.
And because they're a great team and they're all defense.
Yes.
And that'll be real interesting.
And he would have to guard Giannis.
I hope we put on a good show.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Ian, thanks for the call. Great call, man.
Okay, bye.
Ian from Tallahassee. Al, what'd you think about that? What'd you think about Randle and going with Obi to close the show?
Randle just didn't have it tonight. He got his 27 minutes, but to the caller's point, he looked hesitant. He wasn't in rhythm. You'd even get rebounding out of Randle tonight. So he was just completely out of it for tonight. But then you go to Obi, and that was, we got to keep giving kudos to Tom Thibodeau for making the adjustment, right? And recognizing that when a player is having it, they're in their groove, whether it's scoring or defensively. Obi was able to step up and get you 8 rebounds, 5 offensive boards, and keep the Knicks offense alive. Like those 5 offensive boards, guys, like we're looking at critical moments just to prevent the Cavs from getting on a run or getting any points and just going in transition to get some points and giving the Knicks another opportunity, right? And then you just look at the other stuff that you don't see in the box score. We could see Obi Toppin navigating the offense, slowing everybody down. Like even when he got the rebound, or even when Knicks, even when it's tipped out to him, he's just like he grabs the ball, he's like puts out the hand, say like let's slow it down, let's work it, and he gets it to the point guard. He gets it to either Brunson quickly or whoever, and make sure that the team gets into their set. And I think just for Obi today, it was just he had a big game, even though the numbers don't really say it. What he did on the court today, especially with rebounding, was huge, especially in the fourth quarter. I mean, you didn't have Julius Randle in the entire fourth quarter.
Yeah, it was huge. The fact that Obi's rebound was big, really big, bro.
And the way that he's able to just move out in transition, put pressure on that defense, like you have to account for him. And that's something that, when Obi's locked in and is able to do that, and you just give him that opportunity, he can do it. And the thing is, more so, it's not even when he's locked in, he just needs the opportunity. And we see it tonight. You get him out there for 20 minutes, right? He plays 7 minutes less than Randle. He gets to 8 boards. That type of stuff is just an impact that he can give this team. And that's just kind of the dynamic they've had at the power forward position. 2 guys. We saw this when Obi was out during, that 8-game winning streak the Knicks were on. They went out there with Isaiah Hartenstein and Jericho Sims, but it's different when you have a guy who can knock down threes. You see today he's putting the ball on the deck and putting pressure on in the paint. Having someone like that to back up Randle is just huge. And I thought he did a phenomenal job today in just helping the Knicks close out that game. He was so instrumental.
Adds to the depth, man. Certainly adds to the depth. JD, you have anything else on that before we go to a call?
Nope. Alex put it perfectly, and you know, I had my thoughts on that earlier.
Cool. Just
I would like to hear it again, JD. For a guy who's part of the Obi Hive, I'd like to hear it once.
Obi, listen, man, Obi was spectacular, and I think again, this experience in the first round, you know, if you go on and move into the second round, things get more difficult, matchups get more difficult, adversity rises, pressure rises, and Obi has been. You can even go back to the Hawks series, where he, elevated the team, the energy. He has been one of those few players that has not been afraid of the moment, and it is crazy because
Glad you said that.
You know, Obi has, the Obi type of players, those finesse type of players. A lot of people like to say they're soft and they're scared and all that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he may need to improve being physical around the rim, but scared mentally, he certainly has proven not to be so far. And I think that'll do wonders for him in a closeout game, but also in the next series.
Big time. Well said, man. So to everybody in the chat, once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Remember that the show is presented by Manscaped. Go to manscaped.com. Use promo code KFTV for 20% off plus free shipping. Daniel, let's get some of today's post-game celebrations outside. Shout out to the guys over at Side Talk. One of the guys that was talking in the interview was rocking a KFTV snap. This is the KD, don't you wish you came to the Knicks guy. So shout out to him. Yeah, shout out to him. He was rocking his KFTV snap in the middle of the mosh pit. So that was a good vibe, man. The vibes are certainly immaculate today outside on 7th Avenue. We got mobbed out there, but it was all in love, man. It was all a good time. I made it out of there with my wallet, and I made it back home with so it's good. Yeah, it's good. It's good, man.
Yo, you right though, like because it was jam packed. You could have easily lost your wallet in that mob. Oh my goodness.
Listen, you just when you used to being in crowds in certain events, Eastern Parkway, all that, you just know how to move. Well, yes, you're amongst friends and family and thing, but you can't go out there, guns blazing. You still got to keep your guard up and make sure that you understand your surroundings. But it was all love. It was all love from the people. Like I said, I had my wallet intact, got out of there, and made it back home for post game. So there that is. Salute to everybody that came through with us. Salute to Big Surge celebrating his 1 month franchise channel memberships, man. He says Thibs ain't the best regular season coach, but against the same team in a 7-game series is where he is gonna shine. Okay, so shout out to Big Surge. I mean, look, on the Thibs thing, he certainly has his strengths, he has his weaknesses, but having a point guard matters. Having talent matters. You've seen it, the impact of Brunson. You've seen the intangibles of Josh Hart. Those things matters. Like, if there's a reason why Josh Hart came here in a trade and there was 0 adjustment period. There's a reason why when Jalen Brunson came here via free agency, there was 0 adjustment period, because those guys just know how to go out there and execute. They're big time players, man. So it'll make any coach look good. But like I said, certainly Thibs has his strengths, and he made some good adjustments today.
It helps when you have players that play the way Thibs wants to play, right?
Exactly.
It's also much different than last season. Like, Evan Fournier wasn't that type of guy. Kemba Walker wasn't that type of guy.
Exactly.
Nerlens Noel couldn't stay healthy, but now that you have young guys, and shout out to Thibs for trusting most of the young guys to be out there, right? Look, even you don't have Quentin Grimes today. Deuce McBride gets back in there. We're 10 deep. Even though he was with a 9-man rotation, he went 10. We're 10 deep.
Yeah.
So now you have a roster that's tailored to what Thibodeau does and how he coaches, and this is the results.
I think you were spot on with that. Absolutely. Drecito on the Discord. Go ahead and unmute your mic, man. Drecito going once. I see he unmuted his mic. Are you there? All right. Don't seem like we got him. Stay mellow on the Discord. Are you with us? Stay mellow going once. All right, we'll give Stay Mellow a chance to recover and get back to it. To the phones we go, man. Area code 631. What's your name? Where are you calling in from? 631. Are you there? All right, we're going 0 for 3, man. 0 for 3 on the phones. We don't got Edgar tonight to screen the calls. He's out in Portugal celebrating with his lovely fiance. So we gave Edgar some much needed time off. He's doing a damn thing on vacation. So I'm handling double duties here, but it's all good.
You want something funny?
Yeah, what's up?
So a shout out to friend of the show, Chris Fedor.
Mm-hmm.
Cavs and NBA report for Cleveland.com.
Yeah.
I thought this was a funny tweet to show how oblivious Jared Allen was today.
Yes.
Jared Allen, I quote. This is
Daniel have it. Let's send it to Daniel to pull up.
Yeah, it's in the chat. It's in the Knicks Cavs content plan. So
Daniel,
you can pull up the tweet.
let's pull that one up. Go ahead.
So reading it, what it says hashtag Cavs. Jared Allen in his press conference starts off by saying, "I think our defense was pretty solid," and then he glances down at the box score in front of him, studies it for a second, and says, "Maybe not."
Oh man! Shout out to Chris Fedor, Alan. If you talk to him, tell him we would love to hear from him again, man. He, after the game 1 preview, he's kind of been shying away from KFTV. He's gonna be on SNY with Ian Begley and tomorrow. Yeah, we haven't been able to hear from Chris Fedor anymore for our game previews, man. What happened, man?
I don't know, man. I think it was because I said, Knicks are a good road team. We're deep. Those are 2 important factors,
Yeah,
Look,
yeah.
You have Donovan Mitchell only getting you 11 points out here.
Yeah.
But and people were saying, Alex, how come you didn't push back on their whole, contender thing? And it's like sometimes you just gotta let the take marinate, man. You just gotta let it marinate out there.
Listen,
let it settle in.
His opinion,
and let it live.
Man's opinion, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you just gotta let it live, man. You gotta let it live. And hey, look, all I could say is this. I know it wasn't my team that traded 3 first-round picks, 3 pick swaps, a most improved candidate, a bench piece, and a drafted player in Agbaji to go get a guy that potentially might just get you into the first round and out.
Yeah. There it is, man. Man, what a day, what an eventful day, and what a win by these Knicks. 2 games off, 2 days off, much needed. You hope Quentin Grimes.
You guys can hear me?
He was at Drecito?
Yep. I'm in.
Okay. Yeah, what's up, man? You totally botched my reset, but go ahead. Let's go.
I'm sorry, man. It's that Knicks high, man. It's that Knicks high. Today's a special day, fellas. I don't even know where to begin, man. But I think a major oh man, we gotta give it to Thibs, man. We gotta give it to Thibs. Salute to Thibs, man. He made some amazing adjustments today. He trusted the young guys. He actually, he believes in this young core. This young core is rocking, man. They're showing that they can play in New York. They're ready for they're ready for the stage, man. And it's beautiful to see that they can lift Randle. Randle did a lot for us during the season. The young guys, stepped up. They carried them. And New York is here, man. And us Knicks fans, this is a special day. We haven't seen this in a long time. And we gotta go to Cleveland and it is what it is. Whatever happens, happens. If not, we're up on them and let's get it done.
Let's get it done. Salute to Drecito on the Discord. Salute, man. I haven't seen Chuck in the chat. People are asking for Chuck to call in. I haven't seen him in the chat. So if he's not in the chat, that means he's busy. Because he would be in here. I did just text him, see if he's able to call in. So we'll wait and hear back and see if the rhyme animal could join us. Jay Boogie, if you're out there, we would the closer is being summoned to the building. He told me he was at the game as well, so he could be in transition and not by a phone to tap in with us, man. So to everybody in the chat, once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. My guy Kyle in the chat, Money, what's good? So to all of our channel members, man, thank you for your support. Let's see who else of our channel members. Shout out to BLW, just 1 month franchise channel member, says, yes, it's happening. Go New York, go New York, go. Shout out to Michael Best. Welcome to the franchise channel memberships. DL212, Dave Dez, Dimitri, JR's World of Soul. Salute to you, man. We got Eric Gonzalez, $10 super chat, says, he says, great win today. Just an observation. Julius seemed disconnected a bit. Wonder if he's healthy. Wonder if he's letting the negative energy snowball in the games / parentheses refs turnovers. We need him to go deep. Yeah, look, obviously, when everybody wants to play, if you're not going to be playing in crunch time, it's hard to get up for that. But with Julius, he just has to let his play do the talking, and Thibs will have no reason to keep him out of these games. So he's just got to keep it going. Shout out to Devin DiPiero, $10 super chat, says great win. Let's send them packing. Knicks in 5. Jeffrey Falto, $10 super chat, says CP in the trenches. Glad to see you made it home in one piece. I thought you were going to get gobbled up in the Knicks mosh pit. Yeah, we went in, man. We went in. That was it was great. You know, it was great, Al. Yeah, it was just great. The energy was just incredible. And shout out to everybody that made it the experience that it was. It was a great time. Everybody came in peace. Everybody was celebrating for one cause. So great time.
And shout out to the MSG crowd. You know, a lot was made going into game 3 from, you know, on our pregame show that I did with Alex at game 3. I showed Charles Barkley and, you know, some of the legends around the NBA, you know, mainstream media, local media, all types of people kind of hyped up the Garden, hyped up the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
And the crowd themselves lived up to the expectations. If anything, you could say they exceeded it, because I remember even the Hawks series, and to start the game from tip off, it wasn't even as loud as it has been this series.
Yeah.
So, and you see the players are continuing to encourage the fans. They're continuing to give the fans credit, and they're continuing, like Brunson says, we need this to continue for the fans, because, you know, it's like the Seattle Seahawks in the NFL and even some of the hostile environments around the NBA. Crowds do have a factor, and you could tell with the way some of these young players on the Cavaliers, with the volume, how loud it is, the stage, the lights on the court, the celebrities. Like when you see that, like you're out there, you could be starstruck, you're out there, you could be intimidated, you're out there. And I know a lot of people don't think, like, what do you mean by that? All it means is that when you're on the court and you're a young guy and you haven't been exposed to the environments, what it means is that things start racing in your mind. Defensively, on your rotations, where you need to be, offensively, your mechanics, even shooting, just that little bit of pressure could get you to start racing in terms of thoughts mentally, and that affects the output that you put out there in production. So that's why it's important. So shout out to the Madison Square Garden. They were one of my keys to the game in game 3. And the crowd has answered, man. And I look forward to it continuing if we get to game 6 and in the next round.
Absolutely, man. Well said. Shout out to Corso117 in the chat, franchise channel member. He says the Hawks series MSG was still at half capacity because of COVID. This was the first Knicks playoff game with a full house in 10 years. Yeah, it was. And, you know, again, just great to see how they're integrating the Knicks legends. Bernard King and Starks were there Friday night. Yeah, well, Sprewell was there again today. Jamal Crawford got a great ovation today, man. I was very happy about that, to see JC get his flowers, man, because he loved being a Knick, as stated on KnicksFanTV. I know JJ Redick and those guys rolled the clip out this past week. Everybody was sending it to me. I was like, listen, he said it on KnicksFanTV first, but yeah. But, you know, shout out to JC. JC got his flowers, and that was good to see. Yeah, you know, only thing missing, and I said it on Friday, Ewing should be there. Melo should be there.
Yes.
They should be there, man. You know, I look, I know Melo's got his kids busy and his kids playing basketball. He's traveling around. Listen, man, Melo's out here. He's around. You know what I'm saying? You go ask the club promoters out there. Melo's outside with it. He should be in Madison Square Garden, front row, getting ovations and waving the towels, getting the crowd hyped. And Ewing too, man. What is Ewing doing right now? He's not busy. No,
Melo's outside. Melo's in Harlem. Melo's a big battle rap fan. He's like outside.
Melo's outside, man. They should be rolling the red carpet out for these guys, man. You know? But, you know, the usuals are there. LJ Starks, Sprewell, those guys are there. I haven't seen Camby out there yet. Tim Thomas has been getting a lot of love. Go figure, right?
Got Tim Thomas in there, but no Ewing.
You even gonna see the role players come back. You gonna see, we gonna everybody wants to show up now.
Yeah.
The only thing left is you probably get Moochie Norris in there, Steve Francis.
I see people giving Charles Smith a hug. That's how good the vibes are.
Maybe Jerome James gonna come back and say, "So I know y'all don't love the contract y'all gave me, but show me love, man. It's all love. Y'all winning now."
Yeah, there you go, man. I see people dapping up Charles Smith. It's just funny, man. But great vibes all the way around. So to all the MSG staff that shows KFTV love. Shout out to Steve. Shout out to my guy E. Shout out to all the security that rocks with us heavy, man. We're in there heavy. We're in there heavy. We get saluted. We get treated well in there, and that's all you could ask for, based on the work that we put in. So salute to everybody there. Okay, couple more before we wrap. I'm Saint on the Discord. Go ahead and unmute your mic. I'm Saint.
Yeah, what's going on, man?
What's going on?
Jeremy from Brooklyn.
Jeremy.
Yes, sir. Last time I had a conversation with y'all is when we just got Randle and everybody was booing him. Nobody liked him. Nobody liked that entire situation. That's how long I've been rocking with y'all. Essentially, then I said, give him time. I'm pretty much going to say the same thing now. Something's going on. I don't necessarily know what it is. Maybe it's the fact that he shouldn't probably even be on the court right now. He probably doesn't have air in his lungs. Personally, I would say probably give him another day. He needs a day of rest. I don't necessarily know if he should even play game 5. I feel like they should start Obi. That might be a hot take. I don't necessarily know, but I'll leave that to them.
Okay.
Second thing, Mitchell's different, man. He's guarding 2 7-footers out there. Whether we want to say that like it's a team effort and all that, he controls the paint, and he's just been proving it time and time again. One of the biggest things that I noticed though is that for some reason they're not respecting him on offense almost at all, and I feel like that's something that we should be exploiting. So I necessarily want y'all takes on that, just because again, y'all been killing it on the analytical sense.
Appreciate it.
I stopped watching ESPN altogether just because I'd much rather listen to it from y'all.
Man.
So I appreciate y'all. What y'all doing? That's it.
Jeremy, appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. No, I mean, you look. I think Julius is fine if he's playing out there. The ankle is fine, but as JD said, you have to factor in what he's facing on the other side, and that is a tough, tenacious defender. It's a guy who's had his name in the running for Defensive Player of the Year. So you have to take that into consideration. He finished third. Third. This is a guy who was 9th in the NBA in isolation defense, 5th in terms of switching on the pick and roll. So he's a young player on the rise, man, and Julius just has to take it to him. He's got to take it to him. But and as JD said, spacing could compromise things. How he's moving out there could compromise things. So he's just going to have to make his adjustments, man. He's just gonna make those adjustments. Go ahead, now.
Look, I think it's just more the ankle injury than anything else. Like coming back from an ankle injury, for how he likes to play physical, it's more balanced than it is speed for him. So I think you see it. And then on top of that, as you mentioned, CP, it is Evan Mobley. And when JD and I did the pregame show before game 3, JD asked, what matchup am I looking at? I'm always going to be looking at Evan Mobley and Julius Randle, because that's the matchup that Randle has to exploit. If he's out there, if he's healthy, he just has to. And when we had Chris Fedor on, they talk about Mobley's defense as he's the second best perimeter defender out under Isaac Okoro, right? So that should give you an indication of how good of a defender Mobley is. And you see that. You see his ability to switch out on the perimeter, guard the paint. So it's not a easy matchup for Julius, especially coming off of an injury, but you still want to see Randle show that he's healthy by being able to go Emma. When we had a good first quarter of that in game 1, and I think it's just him trying to figure out the rhythm. But the one thing you can give credit to Randle is that he's not really forcing it as we have seen in the past, where it's like throwing off the entire rhythm of the team. So I think you got to give him that, where he's trying to allow the offense to come to him rather than just trying to figure out how to get his and then throwing off the entire rhythm of the entire team.
Yeah. Well said, man. Well said.
Shout out Lloyd Banks.
Shout out to Banks.
Ooh, Banks in
The
here.
boy Wonder Lloyd Banks is in the building. Yes, he is. He drops a $50 super chat. Says NYK, do not let these fake fans celebrate with you. Anyone that dipped at any point is on a probation period. Let's go. The boy Wonder is speaking facts. If he wasn't with us when Michael Doliak and Marbury was running the pick and roll, don't come through now. Period. Period. And shout out to Banks, man. Go check out and stream that new project, man. The Course of the Inevitable. 3 Pieces of Pain. Check that out, man. The new release from Lloyd Banks, man. Ooh, somebody just hit me up and said they are on the line. I want to wait for the timer on the switchboard to run out because I don't want to be interrupting them with the 10-second and the 30-second thing. So give me 3 minutes. We're going to get to a surprise caller. You guys better stay on for this because this is a good one. I'm just going to wait and make sure that all of that dies down so that we could get to him uninterrupted. Salute to, like I said, Brandon Guest, Dwayne Freddie Hubbard. Appreciate your support, Fanchise channel members. Dwayne DiPiero says Brunson is a superstar. We need to build around him. The team is completely different from last year with our point guard. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. Shout out Young Kobe wrote once again. Carl Barnett, salute. K1 DK Euro, $10 super chat says, Spider got to be sick hearing MSG chant RJ's name while he's bricking away, knowing that he could have been in the Knicks uniform if Age accepted a trade. Safe to say the Knicks won the no trade. Shout out to DJ Kervin Mark. Thanks for your support as well, DJ Kervin Mark. We got a 2-minute countdown to our closer of the night, a surprise guest. Can't wait to hear from him. The Remedy. Shout out to the Remedy. $5 super chat says, let's go Knicks. We need to take this thing one game at a time. Salute. Dr. D-Roy Bramwell. Shout out to D-Roy, man. 1 month Fanchise channel member. He says the Knicks was amazing. Big props to Thibs with bench and Jules and let the boys cook. Absolutely. Who else we got? Kervin Mark once again says shout out Mitch and Hartenstein. They are destroying the Twin Towers. Obi was phenomenal. The Knickerbockers are clearly the superior team in this series. Imagine if they meet Miami instead of the Bucks next week. Salivating. Hey, I'd love to take go on the road to Miami rather than Milwaukee. So let's see. But why is that, CP? One game at a time. Let's take care of business, man. Let's take care of business.
You guys want to hear a good one?
Hang on, because I want to let this the phones die down 1 second.
Sure.
Hang on 1 second. I'll tell you when to go.
60 seconds.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, okay, so all I was gonna say is that when I was walking back to get to the car to get back home, you should have seen the fans just heckling the Cavs when they were walking to their buses. Oh. My
give it to him.
Goodness.
Rubio
was getting it. Oh, Danny Green got flamed.
He's been getting it all weekend. Yeah.
He got flamed, bro. He got flamed. I can't even repeat some of the stuff that they said to Danny Green walking to the bus. And you just see him just shaking his head, just like get on the bus, like he just did not want to hear none of it.
Crazy, man. Salute to DR Izzy, $25 super chat. Says incredible win with this team is special. And with all the number 1 picks we have, we definitely need to cash in on those picks for the right superstar, which leads to championships. Great coverage at MSG, man. So Justo Ramos once again. And in time, here we go. Let's get to our closer. It is the abstract Q-tip on the line. Let's go.
Yo, what up, man? Dudes is chest naked on 7th Avenue, B.
Yo, Friday night was crazy,
you
man.
Hear me?
Friday night was crazy, man. Yeah, loud and clear.
Movie outside, B.
Movie.
Yo, listen, man. It was a movie outside. And rightfully so, B. Yo, listen, I was in the building when Larry Johnson hit the 4-point shot.
Mm-hmm.
And that was shaking. Friday, oh my goodness! from the national anthem on, it topped it, B.
Crazy.
Like I can't even. We got these dudes on the rope about to finish them off, man. You know they can't read it. The bench is sus. You know our young guns ain't even really click all the way. Wait till IQ get it.
Yeah.
You know, wait till Grimes come back and all that. We are so super good, man. And not to look too forward ahead, but if we get Miami, oh my goodness. The energy is like, it's just there, man. Like, we need to just like be thankful that we got Brunson. Dude.
Yeah.
We need to be thankful. You know, Stephen A. be on there talking about, oh, we needed Donovan Mitchell. We needed Donovan Mitchell. He just be holding to guns, man. It's like, come on, B.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Dude, you, man.
We are so. It's like it's just unbelievable, man. New York, man. We here. I hope this is gonna start everybody's week off correctly, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to Lloyd Banks, man.
Shout out
Queens
to Banks.
in the building. Shout out to everybody around, man. Where's Cody Glock at, man? What'd you say, Mitchy?
Mitchy ain't no snitchy. Yeah, Cody was in here earlier, man.
He is. Man, listen. This dude with the putbacks and the blocks and the altering shots, and then you got the Hart to Hartenstein going on, man, and Hartenstein come off the bench, man, with the reads, and just the intensity was there, man. And it's like we didn't even really, we got to start Julius. On the other caller with the hot take. Nah, we ain't doing that.
Yeah,
no more.
We got to stay with
You know
him.
what I mean?
Stay with
But you know what I'm saying? We just so in gear right now, man.
How about RJ, man?
So,
How about RJ? Back-to-back nights. RJ been solid,
sighting.
man.
RJ sighting, man. Well, I need him to keep his energy just like this, man. Don't get discouraged, man. You see one go in, RJ, just come on, man. Keep going to it. Keep going to it. The passes, like, just the IQ on the floor was really brilliant for him for the past couple of games. You know what I'm saying? Like, the way he was just moving it and everything, it was just great to see, man. And that building, the way it was shaking. Friday,
shaking.
Come on, man! Like it's unbelievable, man. So we on our way, man. I really feel like we're gonna get it done in 5, B.
Let's go. Let's go, man. Leave him in Cleveland, man. Leave him in Cleveland.
Leave him in Cleveland, man. No testimony, man. Let's get to it, man.
Let's go.
Get to it.
Let's go,
man. KnicksFanTV is the #1 show out here. Shouts out to all the content creators for Knick Nation, all across all the formats and everything, Twitter and all that. But we dealing with the Don right here, the #1 representative. The whole everybody out there, you know what it is. It's KFTV, KnicksFanTV, for the fans, by the fans, man.
Yes, sir.
I'm loving all the moves you're doing, man. And let's go get it, man.
Let's go.
Let's get stop playing with these dudes, man.
Let's go.
They dead in the water.
Absolutely, man. The abstract Q-tip, man. Thank you so much for the time, for blessing us and closing the show.
Such a vibrant thing.
Absolutely.
I was into that whole song throughout his call. I was like, Q-tip, you're gonna have to let us play that song if we win, man. I might throw that in the play-by-play.
Might have to on play-by-play, man. Salute
energy right
teams,
there,
man. Hey, man, we got some of music's finest supporting the show, man. I just me, Q-tip, and Chuck, we on a group chat, so I hit him up. I said, listen, man, I need y'all to close the show. Like I said, if Chuck could have made it, he would have. He's on a flight right now, so he couldn't make it. Well, shout out to the abstract for coming through. Shout out to Lloyd Banks, $50 super chat, and yeah, man, just incredible to have their support in this thing, and it just makes it that much greater in terms of what we do, man. Absolutely.
Beyond point, Tip.
Let's go.
Are you guys ready for a closeout game?
Are you ready for a closeout game? Is New York ready for a closeout game? Because as you guys know, when the Knicks go on the road, we go to the #1 watch party in New York City to take it all in, man. And Daniel, let's throw it up on the screen because I need all of New York. Ain't no more.
CP's like that. That's not gonna be me on.
That's not the image. That's not the image CP wants.
No, I will not be there on Wednesday. All right. That one trip to Cleveland was good. I went there, got into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, got to see the team. That's it for me. I'm straight. But where I will be is at the 40-40 Club. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. The #1 watch party in New York City is back for Game 5. Will we be popping champagne if the Knicks can close this out? You can bet that, man. You can bet that. So I want to see
a closeout.
I want to see everybody there. Go to
God.
KFTV Playoffs.com to RSVP right now. Same deal, man. We will have premium top shelf open bar for the first hour. Doors will be open at 5. Live KFTV live stream on location. Let's get it in as a family, man. Hope to see you guys there. Once again, Knicks versus Cavs watch party at the 40-40 Club, 25th Street in New York City, 6 West 25th Street, right here in New York City, man. So hopefully you guys can pull up and show up, and we'll see y'all there, man. Go ahead, JD.
No, I was just saying, can you imagine if we like close it out and we're at the 40-40?
No, we popping champagne. I'm calling Jay right now. I'm saying, listen, put a bottle of Ace on ice for me right now. You know what I'm saying? We'll keep it in the back room, and if I need it, just bring it to the KFTV lounge. You know, bring it to the KFTV lounge. We'll be in there, and we're gonna pop it right there on there. You know. Hopefully the guys can take care of business, man.
And I'm sure if we do close it out, you know, you would enjoy going to. Would you really go to Miami if we?
Bro,
you might have to go out there in shorts. You might have to do the show from the beach, like literally.
I would, like I said, I would take it one
See
day.
if he's going to be out there in flip-flops, shorts, maybe a bathing suit.
I would take it one day at a time. But if you're telling me, give me the option of Miami versus Milwaukee, I'll see y'all in South Beach, man. I'll see y'all. I might just take up a residence out there for the series. You know what I'm saying? I might
be rocking the CP shades. Right.
That's right. That's right.
Shades gonna come out.
Yeah, let's see how it goes, man. Let's take care of business, and then let's see what happens in that other series, man. But great show, fellas. Daniel, hit me with the outro music. Let me salute the rest of these super chats. Because I am exhausted. Golden State did win, fellas. Golden State evens up the series with the Sacramento Kings. Very interesting. Very interesting stuff. Odell Perry Pittman, salute to you, Fanchise channel member. Shout out to Haiku Homie, $10 super chat, says, here is his latest poem. He says, I looked up at the sky, saw a giant bird fly on by. It's headed toward the non-believers in New York. Put down the Glock, Cody, and pick up the fork. It's time to eat some crow as you watch RJ grow. Save some for Stephen A. There he goes. Haiku Homie with a little poetry for the people. All right.
Nice.
Shout out to Moon Shadow. $5 super chat says Obi, great in your role. Mr. Dolan, thank you for not pulling the trigger on the Spider trade. Shout out to Honcho. I think I read that one already. Troy Davis, Mobley can't shut down Randle. JR has been out for weeks and is out of rhythm, and his conditioning is weak. He will eventually figure it out. Okay. $10 super chat says, CP, I was at the game and during halftime warmups, I could see that RJ was locked in. Vibes are immaculate. Hand out the RJ apology forms. Darius Thomas, $50 super chat. Appreciate you once again. XQZ Mindset, appreciate you. Who else we got in here? We got a ton to get through. Rafael Joel Rubio, $5 super chat says Captain Clutch and Josh Hart, true leaders of this team. The rest will follow. Let's go, Broadway Barrett. Mitchie is the winning culture, baby. Stock Chaser, salute. Euro De Niro, shout out to KFTV and Knicks Nations. Y'all made my weekend all weekend. Love my team and my city. Let's go. Yeah, it was an incredible weekend, man. Eddie Moose Knuckle, appreciate it. Jub, appreciate it. Big Surge, once again, appreciate it. Euro De Niro, welcome to the franchise memberships. Lloyd Banks, appreciate you. Blood of the Panther, are you not entertained? Here he comes. Hashtag Obi Avengers. Hashtag Free Obi. Bond Son at it's 009, $5 super chat says Obi stand up. If Obi gets good minutes, Obi gets minutes, good things happen. Free Obi, let's get it. Junior Karoma, $5 super chat says Star J Barrett. That's it. That's the super chat. 4 stars. Shout out to Bees Noriega. Says RJ back at it. Big Nick energy. Stock Chasers salute. And Hot Styles, $5 super chat just to say peace to Knicks Nation, man. JD Alex, great chat. Great show. Great analysis. New York, great job this weekend. We did the damn thing. We represented so well for games 3 and game 4. you did the damn thing, man, and contributed to this win. So great job to the city. And yeah, stay tuned, man. This week we'll jump in the Game 5 preview. Might have a special guest on for that one. Stay tuned, and it'll either be Monday or Tuesday. Maybe we'll take Monday off and jump into it on Tuesday. So stay tuned for all of that. And we will see you guys this week, man. Let's go Knicks, up 3-1, 102-93 to the good guys, man. Who are these guys? Let's go.
Obi, baby. Let's go.
Let's go, man.